we are so grateful to Mr. Amardeep Singh, the filmmaker, for being here. And thank you all for coming and watching this film. All the values presented in this film by the retelling of Guru Nanak is so dear to Kabir Center as well. Unity and diversity, compassion, introspection, purity through being true to yourself. Fantastic values cherished by us again. And we know our classical music. There was some soul-stirring classical singing. Congratulations for selecting this. So without much ado, I'll pass on the mic to Mr. Amardeep Singh to say more about this film and follow it up through questions and answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raghu. Thank you for the Kabir Center. I do want to thank you, Roshi ji and Baljeet ji and Raghu ji, to you for giving me the opportunity to be with you all out here. And sorry for that glitch. Technically, Murphy's Law always applies wherever it has to. Yeah, I'm here to take any questions. We have about 25 minutes with us. It's up to you how long you want the discussion to be. Yeah, there's a question. There's a mic. Yeah. Okay, I think it'll come to you.
Let's.
It's behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on. Thanks. Well, beautiful documentary. Thanks so much. You're based in Singapore, right? So my question is more about the political environment, because we see dictatorships going up in the U.S., just south of the Canadian border. We see China is another dictatorship. We see India is a dictatorship. No, Modi. Maybe some people don't agree, but yeah, you don't agree. But he's a dictator, so ordering the elimination of Muslim communities in India and Pakistan. I'm not aware of the situation, but there's a conflict there, political conflict. Asia in general, the world in general, is going through extremes. So the message of Guru Nanak is very actual, no? For this time we're living right now. So how alive is Guru Nanak at least in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, the areas that he has traveled? Because this is a message of unity as opposed to division and fascism we're seeing everywhere in the world. Well, how active is the teaching and the heritage of Guru Nanak in these areas? Because, I mean, maybe in the Sikh communities in Canada or United States, we hear about, but how strong is still this message in Asia right now? That's my question. Is he alive in terms of teaching, philosophy, to bring peace back to the world, and not talking specifically about?
So, no, it's a great question. What we are going through in present times is no different. It's no different than when our sages were living and what they were experiencing. You're dealing with humans. Humans, while have an aspirational level of trying to achieve the most plateaued existence form where we see everything as one, at the end of the day, we are all humans. We are an animal. We have basic instincts of just trying to show one-upmanship. We're driven by egos. We're driven by desires. That's what these seers and seekers are trying to lift us into, right? But we as humans will not learn. So the environment that you're talking about today and the environment at that time is exactly the same, and I'll tell you why. But Guru Nanak is beyond that environment. But before answering that, how relevant is he today in the Asian subcontinent is the other part of the question you said. It doesn't matter, sir. If any seer who's talking about oneness of humanity, whether it be in Montreal, whether it be in Timbuktu, if it resonates, if we start making a change, it doesn't matter if he's relevant there or there or there. We can start making a change from this room itself, right? I think that's what matters, and that's what Guru Nanak stands for. It's not about what's there and where. I can tell you, people who follow even a great leader like Guru Nanak and other many leaders, at the end of the day, they are humans and they will behave like animals. Let's start with that. The reason I said the world has not changed. At the time of Guru Nanak, when he's returning after his he traveled for 22 years. 20th year, he's coming in from Afghanistan into the region of Indus. And a very big political event happens at that time. From Khorasan, from the Central Asia, many invasions have happened into the Indian subcontinent. This is not about religious invasions. Because someone's faith, politicians need religion as a guard to actually rule over people. So it's not about religions, which is wrongly taught right now. So people are coming inside and actually invading the people of this side. And at that time, a dynasty changes from Lodi dynasty to the Mughal dynasty, and Babur comes into India. Guru Nanak is in Punjab. Babur writes this in his Baburnama. The people of Sialkot dropped their arms. He left them. You think he was doing it for religion? It's power. The people of Ahmedabad opposed. He killed them. We might say Muslim, he was a Muslim and he spared the Muslims. You look at the Janam Sakhi artworks. Muslims and Hindus are either in the state of joy or in a depressive state. Because it depends on whom is he aligned with. Right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And Guru Nanak gives a very profound message, and that's what I'm trying to get at through this long convoluted answer. He says, Khorasan khasmana kiya. He's saying, having ruled Khorasan, Hindustan daraya. He's crossed the river Indus and he's come into the Indus. Hindustan daraya. He's making the people of this land, he's instilling fear in them. Now, often this verse gets stopped out there. And then people tend to interpret it in a way where actually the meaning is beyond that. People tend to stop by saying, then he's complaining to the divine. Taiki dard nahi aaya. Did you not feel the pain looking at what happened here in terms of massacre? No, he's not saying that. You have to read the lines beyond that as to what he's trying to say. Because Guru Nanak is very rational, very, very rational. He is trying to hit the people of the land of Hindustan. He says someone has come from outside and actually now oppressed you, killed you. And then he's asking a fundamental question. After having said, Taiki dard nahi aaya, he's saying, oh divine, you did not feel the pain, but let me tell you, now my people, for so many years, you oppressed your own people in the name of caste, sex, religion. And then he's saying, if an equal person attacks another equal person, then it's a fair war. But you've done the same to your own people. And now when he sends someone as a bride coming in to oppress you, now you're complaining? That's his point. So what I'm trying to say is, oppression will remain wherever you are. Does that give you your answer? Nothing's going to change. So we can try and change things from this room. So I think he was going to ask a question, I think. Yeah.
Hello. My question is very, just a curiosity. You spent a lot of time in Pakistan shooting this film, you know. How was your experience, and how you find like people there? You were welcome there and it was easy to make this movie there? Just that's my question.
Well, the body of work, I don't know how much you know about the body of work. Me and my wife, she's not here, Vinindra Kaur, myself. We've done a substantial amount of work which comes in layers, right? So I've spent 4 years in Pakistan in different stints from 2014 till 2017 in documenting 2 books under the name of Lost Heritage, the Sikh Legacy in Pakistan. They were the first books which were trying to see a legacy beyond the realms of religion, beyond the realms of gurdwaras and temples, right? Because when a community lives in a particular region, they're not just doing religion. The doors have been locked, so therefore you're only accessing religion. So you think you're going there for religion, but our forefathers were living there. They were doing art, architecture, military traditions, interfaith aspect. Everything got stopped just by one line. So the question is, where is that legacy? So I spent 3 to 4 years doing that in the two books, and I traveled across 126 cities and villages in Pakistan, not just Punjab. Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, as well as Kashmir. So I've traveled quite a lot. And then this film that you're seeing, by the way, I just want to actually mention out here, this is not the work that we have done. When I'm sitting here, I can't show you the body of work. The body of work has taken us 5 years to do. It's available free of charge. It has costed us $3 million US. It's not me. It's the community that has supported us. It's by the community, given back to the community free of charge. So go to the website called thegurunanak.com. Remember to add the, and I'll just add a small pun out here because then it'll stay in your mind. The website we wanted was gurunanak.com, but someone in USA was holding that website to monetize it, and he asked us $20,000. So I said, to hell with you, there's only one Guru Nanak. So we added thegurunanak.com. So now you'll remember, go to thegurunanak.com. It's in 5 languages. It's 24 episodes. Surely Raghu would not give me 24 episodes worth of time, right? Would you? Right? So then what do I do?
Excuse me, you answered very well my question, but you didn't answer his question.
I'm coming to that.
How was the reaction in Pakistan?
I'm coming to that. I have to give that. I understand this question. I'm not losing the focus. I tend to give long answers, sorry. But I'll get to the crux of it, right? So the body of work is thegurunanak.com, and you see the 24 episodes there. And so therefore, once you see that, now you'll start understanding the body of work. Because in this, there's India, Pakistan, and little, right? Now, your question is how the people in Pakistan. I'll say the body of work is across 9 countries. So when you ask me the question as to, today we are actually unfortunate in the India-Pakistan context. If you do some work in Pakistan, you get a suspicion in India. You do it in India, you get a suspicion in Pakistan. But Guru Nanak's work is not India and Pakistan. It's in Tibet, it's in Iran, it's in Iraq, and so on and so forth. So when you say the question now to his point, how are the people there? Well, the people are same everywhere. The good and bad energy exists everywhere. I thank the people of India, the Iran, Tibet, every other place, the ones who helped us. But at the same time, there were a lot of challenges, right? So to do a filming in a country where there is hostility in every manner, because today to hold a camera and a drone to go into any country, if I come into Montreal and try and fly a drone out here, there'll be regulations out here, right? So do I start blaming the people for it? Right? So it's not an easy task. And this is a stealth mission. So I thank the people who have actually embraced us. But at the same time, there have been many, many challenges. I would leave it there because if you really want to get into the stories of peeling the onion, just keep it there. Good and bad exists everywhere.
Hi, over here.
Oh, there. Sorry.
So my just a suggestion, as Raghu said, the recitation in the different ragas is so beautiful in such clear voices and full of character. And I plan to look at the whole series, and I'll watch it in Hindi and Punjabi to improve my Hindi and Punjabi. But a suggestion is, at least the musical recitations, I wonder if you can put them all together with the subtitles on one short YouTube. That would be very useful for people.
So what's your name?
Dushyant. Yeah.
Dushyant, you are talking about something which you're already working off of me a few years now. Okay.
Good.
So everything in
Sound,
terms of
please.
knowledge.
Sound, please.
Sorry. In terms of knowledge, things come in layers. Creating these kind of contents requires a lot of resources, and resources are not easy to get. There are very few people in the world who understand the value of this. You want to do a bhangra today, you want to do a pop show today, everyone will be willing to pay money to come. These are all being given to you free. It's by the grace of the people who come forward, very few people, right? So there's a challenge, and it's like a, to create a diamond, the coal must go through how much of conditioning, right? That's what is happening out here. Each project takes 5 years. So when we did this documentary, what you're seeing is literally 50 minutes. Docu-series is for 20 hours of content. There are 270 verses. We have maintained the purity of singing every verse in the rag in which it has been written, to that extent, right? So you go and see that here there are only few of the verses, 270 verses. But there are only 2-liners, 3-liners, because you're trying to get the message across. Then the next project that has evolved is oneness in diversity that we're working on, because as we said in the ending, that Guru Nanak seeding the act of collecting Baba Farid's verses in Pak Patan resulted in the 5th generation of Nanak. By the time Guru Arjan's time, the compilation of the scripture happens, how beautifully the entire integration of the Indian subcontinent is happening in the land of 5 rivers in the Bhakti Sufi period from 1250 till about 1780. Guru Nanak is in the smack center. His thought brings together verses from Bengal, of Joydev ji, Kabir ji from UP, Ravidas ji, and so on and so forth. They all come together in Punjab, right? In many ways, I say the political India that we talk about today, spiritually, culturally, was seeded in the lands of the 5 rivers by the vision of Guru Nanak, right? Now, this whole body of work, be it Kabir, be it Ji Kabir, be it Namdev ji or whatever, all these 15 saints and Nanak's body of work is written in the rags. Our next project, which is Oneness in Diversity, is right now working. We are in the 2nd year of this. 2.5 years have gone by. Another 2.5 years is left. But by May of this year, we'll start releasing the content in a phased manner. The entire body of work of those 15 saints and Guru Nanak, that's 1,653 verses, are being recorded in the rags in full form in which they have been done, with the interpretation of the translations in the modern context, where right now, if you see these translations, like Guru is not body Guru, right? It's wisdom. Gender neutrality. God concept is not there, because everything is creation, is the divine, right? So those re-attempts to the translations are being done, and this whole body of work is being created. And when we start releasing, hopefully we leave this as the next level of work for the next generation. In that, the stream of musicology will be embedded, because 1,653 verses being recorded in about 38 or 39 rags is a generational product. Now, very few people understand this. Now, the point is, when you go out and tell people, because these projects are way ahead of their time, you've proven 12 years of your body of work, you've brought about change, yet you struggle to get the thoughts of people to say, let's back them up. That's the struggle. So the vehicle wants to run faster, but cannot.
How are you going to release that?
Oh, we... okay. So this Guru
Sorry,
Nanak...
I'm tired
No,
of you. You're jet lag. I'm sorry.
no, I'm not jet lagged.
It's very interesting. It's very
I'm perfectly fine. The Guru Nanak docu-series, if you see, it's released on the website called thegurunanak.com. We did not go to Netflix. Now you may say, wow, if you see the thing, it's 4K format, high quality format. We could have gone to Netflix. We chose not to go to Netflix because you can pay the subscription of Netflix. You can afford it. In India, many people can't afford it. Whoever supported us did not ask us for return on investment. So we did not. When you don't go into a platform and you give it free of charge, first is the value of the product reduces to 0. Simple management science. If you give something free of charge, the value reduces to 0. Now you need to lift it up. So when you put it on a platform which is your own, you don't have the money to actually push it forward. So to your question, how are you giving it? We've given it, notwithstanding that how it's going to reach the people, because we are trying to create more content. So now there's Oneness in Diversity will first go onto the website. Also, this new website is going to come up, is called onessindiversity.com. So for those who want to go to be attached with us, go to thegurunanak.com and just subscribe there. The moment we release the new website, it'll come out there. But our vision right now, which is something that I'm having as a discussion in the Western world and in other places, the worry to us is, me and my wife, is what if both of us stop breathing tomorrow? Where does this body of content go? That's what is worrying us right now. I'm 58. I hope I live till 70 or 80, but I don't know, right? Same for my wife. Where does this body of content go? Between the two projects, we've spent $6 million of the community. We are trying to find custodians of it. So I can't answer your question out there. We've left it. We are hoping people are finding it. The docu-series has been seen by 3.6 million people. People are finding it. But there should be 80 million people seeing it. But we don't have the money to market it. Right? So that's right.
Just brainstorming like
Thank you. Go ahead.
Coke Studio in Pakistan.
Yeah.
They do partnerships.
Yeah.
The level of people who sing there.
Yeah.
Amida Parveen now, like stars of the anyways. So they do partnerships. Is this a project that's too?
So can I know your name, please?
Sorry.
Can I know your name, please?
Oh, Milton.
Milton. Thank you, Milton, for brainstorming. Milton, if your thought can prompt someone else, or if you can do it, enable it for us. We don't hold the content. We are creators, right? We are creating it. We are not monetizing it. If you're not monetizing it, you're asking me to deal with a platform that will work with the monetization, right? I have no problem in someone else monetizing it. I'm willing to give it, right? But find the platforms. I want to be busy. I'm a content creator. I worked for 25 years in the financial services sector where I never used to sleep well. I sleep very well now, okay? I want to continue to sleep. Allow me to create more content. Yeah? All right, so allow me to create content, find people.
Sasekavarji.
Anji.
No, I'd like to say it's a great effort by you. So as you said, like we all should believe in giving back to community. You never know if you're gonna take next breath or not. We are almost done by 50 to 60% of our lifespan. Like if 75 to 80 years is the average life, we're all done with the 50 to 60%. Thank you very much. I think there will be endless debate when people start asking how was your experience in Pakistan or India or politics and this and this. We should focus on the learnings of Guru Nanak.
Exactly.
Spirituality has no border.
Exactly.
Guru Nanak has no border.
Yeah.
Learning of Guru Nanak has no border. Guru Nanak lives here. Guru Nanak lives here. I'm amazed none of us asked about, okay, which of the learning that we just saw that we just seen now, which of them like really touched you? We are all talking about, okay, how was your experience in Pakistan or India, how the politics are holding us back and pushing us and unity and all and all.
What touches you? Tell us.
So the thing is, like when we used to learn from the childhood, like when Guru Nanak Ji went to Haridwar and he was walking towards the fields in Punjab. I think this is the practicality that he
Rationality.
teaches. Rationality. He told us, guys, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of rituals that we need to follow, but don't really miss
Yeah.
the one which is really feeding us.
So
he said,
what's the question then? So you met. So what's your question then?
So it's not a question. I want to thank
Okay.
you
All right. Thanks.
for all your hard work, for all your.
So if there's any question, then we'll take that. No, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We can. Any more questions? Otherwise, yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, whether we are all the religions, whether we are Christians, Sikhs or Hindus and Muslims, we all agree that there is only one God. Now when we go in a Gurdwara, let's say I am a Sikh, and people who have lots of money, they are by crooks, by stealing, by dacoit, by anything, they go pray in front of the God that all the money which we had it is due to your blessings, God's blessing. And on the other hand, I see some people who are lying on the bed, who have no meal to eat in the evening, who are desperate, and these are these people, they also pray the same God that it is due to your blessing of the last worth or this, and we are why I am in this situation. It is nobody's fault. It is not the question. So I want to see, are there two gods, one who gives the crook people so much money, so much disparity, and the other God who asks that I punish you, you lie in the bed, you did some bad thing in the last life.
So what's your question? The question is.
So my
are there two
question
gods?
is, are these two different people?
All right, so
they are praying the same God. Who is there two God or there is one God?
All right. So you're talking about two people who are praying to same God, or there are two gods whom the people are playing, right? Just praying. That's what you're asking. Let me demystify it, and I think if you allow me, I know we're coming towards the end, but the more you understand Guru Nanak, and the more you understand any Bhakti and Sufi saint, be it Baba Farid, be it Kabir Sahib, be it Ravidas ji, be it Namdev ji, there's one thing that will come out from this whole process that we have understood. And I have said this yesterday. I spoke in the community forum. For 30 years, I have been put on the wrong path by just the English translation of the verse of Guru Nanak, which is the Mool Mantra. Ek Omkar, God is one. You are talking about two gods or two people praying to one God. Let's demystify the whole thing. Guru Nanak has never said, or Kabir ji has never said, there is one God. It is we and our limitation that has made one God. Guru Nanak says, Ik Omkar. Omkar comes from the word Om, which is trinity of energy that creates, sustains and destroys. Simple thing, we've come into this room and energies got created. We all came together. We started. We are here for 1.5 hours. It'll get dissipated and finished. Like that, our life comes in, sustains for a while, it'll get destroyed. We come from nothing, we'll go into nothing. That energy takes a akar. Akar is form. Omkar. That energy which creates, sustains and destroys takes a form. Guru Nanak does not say God is one. He puts a one before that to say this entire ecosystem of energies intertwined into oneness. Now you start seeing and interpreting who's God. You are God, I am God, this is God, everything is one. We are into this one ecosystem. And therefore when Guru Nanak at Lodhipur, Sultanpur Lodhi, the myth that we have made is that he's doing tera and the grains are just coming in, right? Sorry, look at the message that we are giving out there. When you do goodness, you attract goodness. Now, everyone's got their own life. When you got your body system, if your liver does not perform well, it is still your liver. You got to live with it, right? If your heart does very well, it's your heart. So we are living in one ecosystem. We have to try and figure out benevolence, goodness for each other, and goodness will attract goodness. I don't have an answer of why someone is actually experiencing a bad phase in their life. I don't have an answer to that. This God concept has to be changed to say we are one. Ravidas ji says, Tohi mohi, mohi tohi, antar kaisa. Kanak katak jal tarang jaisa. You and me, whatever you call it. What is the difference? Kanak katak, gold and the bracelet. The substratum is still the gold. Jal tarang, substratum is the ocean. The wave is the bubbles that become. Jal tarang jaisa. That's how we have to see. This divinity is right here. It's not up there. The moment you make it up there and God is one, then the moment you make God as one, you're not doing monotheism, you're starting with duality. Because then the God is not you, not with you. And then the whole problem starts. Then starts, will the God be he or a she? Problem of sexes starts. God is above, so there's to be a hell below. Problem of heaven and hell starts. Let's start forgetting this. Let us see we are one. That's what Guru Nanak is saying. That's what Kabir Sahib is saying. I know I was given time till 12:25, so it's over to Raghuji. If he wants more discussion, fine. Otherwise, over to you.
No, it's not a question of more discussion because this is a part of this South Asian Film Festival and it's quite fortuitous that we have this film here because after our programming had been completed, Baljit ji requested me whether we can accommodate this film. So we created an extra session and it has brought so much value to the festival. I would like to thank you.
Guru Nanak is parachuted.
Yes, if I heard you right, you said one of your thoughts was that you were 58 and the question was who is going to continue, how it's going to continue. I can tell Amadip and all of you that when I was 58, we started Kabir Center. 22 years later, we are still here alive and kicking and accommodating so many activities. So I think that we are just a mere tool in the scheme of the universe. So if our intentions are pure, it will continue without us. So thank you very much again for the wonderful film. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So, and the festival continues. We have two great sessions, one at 3, one at 6:30. So if you have the time, come back. If you do not have the time, at least come back at 6:30. It's a closing session. It's a wonderful film. Thank you.